Welcome to the Algebra 1 review for the Mid-Unit 7 test, which will be Thursday. As long as you understand the concepts that we talk about in this study guide, you should do fine on the test. Number 1, you need to be able to determine whether an equation has two solutions, one solution, or no solutions. Remember, the first thing you need to do is make sure that the equation is set equal to 0. Before you can do anything else, you need to do this. Then you need to write the equation in factored form. So if it is in standard form or vertex form, you need to switch it to factored form first. Once you've done that, the number of unique factors tells you how many solutions there are. For every unique factor that you have one solution. And you need to remember that solutions represent x-intercepts. If you have any questions about this concept, please use class time to ask for further clarification so that you're prepared for the test on Thursday. Number 2, you need to be able to determine how many solutions a quadratic equation has by analyzing the graph. So if they give you the picture of the graph and ask you how many solutions it has, you need to remember that solutions are represented by x-intercepts. So look at the graph, determine how many x-intercepts there are, and that will be your answer. If you have any questions about this concept, please use class time to ask for further clarification so that you're better prepared for the test on Friday. Concept number 3. You need to be able to determine how the signs of a standard form quadratic equation tell you what the factored form looks like. The second sign tells you whether the signs are the same or opposites. If the second sign is positive, the signs are the same in the factored form. If the second sign is negative, the signs are different in the factored form. If the second sign is positive and the first sign is negative, the signs are both negative in the factored form. If the second sign is positive and the first sign is positive, the signs are both positive in the factored form. If the second sign is negative, the first sign tells you which sign goes with the larger number. So as you are trying to change from standard form to factored form, these are the hints that you want to keep in mind so that it's easier for you to derive the factored form. If you have any questions about this concept, make sure you use class time to ask for clarification before the test on Thursday. Concept number 4. Be able to rewrite standard form equations into factored form. Ask yourself what factors are for the x squared term and what factors are for the number only term that add together to create the x term. For example, if you were given 8x or x squared plus 8x minus 20 equals 0, the factors of x squared are x and x. The factors of negative 20 that add together to get 8 are positive 10 and negative 2. Because 10 times negative 2 will give us negative 20, and positive 10 minus 2 will give us positive 8. Meaning the factored form equation is x plus 10 times x minus 2. If you have any questions about this concept, please use class time to ask for further clarification before the mid-unit test on Thursday. Concept number 5. Understand the parts of a factored form quadratic equation that represents area. Blank multiplied by blank equals blank. In this case, we're talking about length multiplied by width equals area. Be able to convert from the factored form of a rectangle to the standard form of a square, then solve for x. If you have any questions about this concept, please use class time to ask for further clarification before the mid-unit test on Thursday. Concept number 6. Be able to find the solutions of different quadratic equations. In factored form, set each factor equal to 0, then solve for x. In standard form, set equal to 0, then convert to factored form, set factors equal to 0, and solve for x. If you have any questions about this concept, please use class time to ask for clarification before the test on Thursday. Explain how factored form allows you to solve a quadratic equation. The factors of factored form tell you the x-intercepts. Explain why dividing by x is not a way to solve quadratic equations. If x equals 0, you can't divide by 0. And you'll miss the x-intercept at the origin. So you want to make sure that once you're in factored form, you do not divide by x. You set each factor equal to 0 and solve for x. If you have any questions about any of the concepts from this study guide, please use class time to ask for further clarification before we take the mid-unit test on Thursday.